Hey you guys, here we are in season 10 of What the F, which I can't believe, and starting our fourth year. That is so thanks to this audience, these amazing people who listen and tune in, and I can't thank you enough for it. And if you want to help keep What the F going, if you could subscribe or follow on whatever channel it is you listen to, that would be super helpful. Also, check us out on Instagram. We got some content over there too that might be helpful to you. So we are kicking off 2026 with a former professional athlete living with epilepsy, which is not something you hear about often. I am so stoked. Her name is Spenser Jaye, and she played D1 soccer and women's professional soccer. Living with epilepsy, living with seizures. You guys, you gotta tune in because we talk about some of the funny accommodations that she made to make it through, and not just make it through, but succeed in a professional sport living with epilepsy, and talking about all those awkward teenage years, things that we go through living with epilepsy. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really good episode, and I'm so stoked to kick off the year with it. Happy New Year, y'all. Before we dive in, I want to give huge shout outs to community partners Epilepsy Foundation of America, the Danny Did Foundation, and Epilepsy Alliance America. And big thanks to sponsors Neurelis and SK Life Science. Thank you for believing in this podcast and to help keep it going. All right, y'all, pull up a seat. This is gonna be good. Well, Spenser, thank you so much for being here. This is the first What the F episode with a former professional athlete. And I am going to try and keep my fangirling to a minimum, but no promises because this is pretty amazing. I just can't believe that, like, at 13 years old when you were diagnosed, you were pulled from soccer, and which I understand, that makes sense. I think safety reasons and everything. But then, like, not only did you work your way back in, but then you became a D1 soccer player and then a professional women's soccer player. And I feel like when it comes to athletics, like the stakes are so high, with like, they're always high with epilepsy and we're always scared, but like the two big questions I have are like, how did you disclose it? Because I know that can also be an issue with athletics. And, we, like, a lot of former athletes will come out and be like, now I'm comfortable saying I have epilepsy. And again, just the stakes being so high. And then also, like, managing that fear. Because, like, again, like, I think we're all afraid of having a seizure at this time and things happening. But, like, it just seems like when all eyes are on you and then everyone's counting on your physical ability and maybe that just, like, collapses. Like, so in, like, 60 seconds, if you could just put that all
What was the question again? No, I'm just
yeah, I know. I just went on, like, my own tangent because I'm like, oh my God, there's a professional athlete here. I don't know what to
do. You're so good. But no, that has actually been my life. Everything that you have said, from 13 years old to playing at, like, the highest level I possibly can. It has been such a blessing and hard road. But again, it's where everyone looks at you, where you have something that puts you aside from everyone else, that can put you on the sideline, that is something that you have to deal with throughout your athletic career when, no one else does. And so at such a young age, it was so hard to comprehend of what this is. I'm like, you tell a 13-year-old girl who just got to middle school that you have juvenile myoclonic epilepsy. What?
Right.
Right. Like, what does that even mean? So then,
as if being 13 isn't hard enough. And it's
yeah,
like, we're just gonna top some epilepsy on there.
Yeah, please. I just got into middle school, the worst time of probably everybody's life. So, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I think I've said this to you the first time we spoke, and I'll say it again and over, that, like, if I had to choose between 7th grade and brain surgery over again, I would choose brain surgery every time because it's the worst. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard years. And if you're listening and you're in that age, my heart, it gets better.
It gets better. We're not trying to scare you.
Also, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast because we use a lot of curse words. So
get the F off. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Get it?
No, we welcome you. We welcome you. Anyway,
Yes, everyone.
so yeah, so you're 13, entering middle school, and you get the gift of epilepsy. Like, what? So, but then, and you get pulled from soccer,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, I
What? So, how
was,
did that come about? Like, tell me, walk me
yeah,
through that.
so I was diagnosed at 13 and it was flipped my world upside down. I didn't know what it meant. My family didn't know or my friends. And when I had to figure out what I my life was going to be like now, it was so difficult to now realize I'm different from my friends. I have to take different, um, or there's going to be different scenarios for me, or I'm going to be left out, or just all the things that kept running through my mind of, okay, you have this forever. You're going to be different forever. And so this is going to be so much fun.
I mean, I'm not trying to silver line this at all, but it does sound like you went through acceptance of being different pretty quickly, which is, I have to give you props for, at your 13-year-old self props for, because that's huge and really hard to do.
Yeah, thank you. I believe at a young age, it is very hard to accept it. I think my family and friends definitely were a big support team that came in quickly to not make it as hard of a transition. They were wanted to know what to do. They learned in some fun ways, and I just,
What fun ways did your
oh
friends
God,
learn?
oh God. Well, so in middle school, my family wanted to educate all my close friends, which I definitely wanted them to know too. And I wasn't fully aware of how to best explain it. So my dad was like, okay, bring everyone over. We'll all hang out and then we'll run it through them. I was like, perfect. Okay, we'll make like a fun little thing. Everyone will like get snacks. Little do I know, everyone's sitting on the couch. And then my dad invites a firefighter friend of his to come in and run a whole seizure scenario. And I wanted to go crawl under a rock after that.
Oh
I was
my
like, oh,
God.
this is not happening.
Oh my God.
Uh,
That's so brutal. It's
it
like,
was.
yeah, you're excited for like, okay, this is going to be like a very helpful moment for
Yeah.
me and fun because we've got snacks and snacks mean everything.
Yep.
And then it's like,
Nope.
Mr. Firefighter coming in.
I
And
was
this is
like,
what you
oh,
do.
God.
Do you remember that or have you blocked it from your memory? Like, what
Blocked.
was your.
It was blocked completely.
Yeah, you're like, that's an intentional block.
That's one.
Like,
Yeah.
one we're not working through in therapy. We are leaving that one alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Locked
my
away.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, so
But
okay. So things are going well. You got soccer pulled from you. You got a tutorial at your house.
yes, pretty embarrassing. And let
Yeah.
alone I have three brothers and they are my best friends.
Oh,
And
I love that.
they are so supportive as well. I mean, everyone's supportive. I keep saying that, but it is
No, but
true.
that's
And
amazing and that
yeah,
was worth noting.
yeah. And I think the one person that has seen the most of my seizures is my youngest brother. My older brothers, they were either at college or just not around. So my very first seizure that I had, I was in the kitchen a morning before school and I collapsed. And my little brother, who I think is about six at the time, and he, of course, doesn't know what it was. So to assist me in a time of need, my little brother yells down the hall for my parents and says, Mom, Dad, why is Spencer on the ground flopping like a fish? And I heard that. Shout out to Noah for, helping
Oh,
so well.
I mean, from a 6-year-old's perspective,
It's pretty
it's
creative. We'll give it to him.
yeah, yeah. He's like, "What's she doing? She's being
Yeah.
very silly."
Yeah. So over the years, he actually seen most of them
Wow.
repeatedly when I had him.
Hmm.
And then it got into the sense, doesn't sound like super supportive, but it was. He would yell for the parents again and just be like, Mom, Dad, she's doing it again. So
I
Thanks to
love
my
the amount
brothers.
of control he gives you in these situations.
Hmm.
Like she's flopping like a fish, obviously on purpose. She's
Yeah,
doing it again,
yeah,
like.
yeah,
But that's the thing is like, I don't know. For me, obviously, anyway, like meeting it with humor, or which is now you're able to laugh about these things. And he was so much
absolutely.
younger. Like at least he was alerting your folks,
Yeah. Just didn't sit and
and
watch with some popcorn. Yeah, he just took action.
right, right. Oh my God. So, how did that support come in when you decided to go back to soccer?
Ah, it was definitely hard. As and
Mm.
well, to kind of rewind,
Yeah.
I before even getting to step back onto the field, when I was diagnosed, my doctor said, "You can't play soccer anymore. I'm in a contact sport. I had the ball. Like that's out of the question." And
He
I
meant
thought,
like, did he mean like forever?
at the time, it was more like stop right now. I had to sit out
Okay.
about a yearish.
Okay.
But after he said you can't play anymore, I thought he was speaking a different language. I'm like, why are you saying these words to me? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm actually not getting what you're saying. This can't be. And
Right.
when I finally accepted that, it kind of flipped a switch in me where I'm kind of put a game plan checklist together of what I had to do. I was like, okay, we'll start off. What the F am I going to do? Get it? Podcast. So
I
good.
love it. I love it.
And then I had to find the right doctors. I then had to find the right medication. I then had to make sure all my seizures were under control. Then the next step was getting back in shape as everyone is currently
Mm.
being active. So then that took some time because you can it takes so long to it takes so long to get back into shape and so quickly to fall out of shape. And so
Oh
I
God, I'm in that right now. I'm like, yeah, I feel that one.
yep, yep.
Yep.
And so I had so many stepping stones to get back on the field that I was thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, we're going to take one at a time, just whatever we can do day by day to get closer. And if I had a seizure, setback, we'll just kind of restart. So that was the frustrating part of getting close and then getting kicked back a few times. And then when I finally got the chance to, okay, you're cleared to go back into soccer, I was overwhelmed with joy. I was so happy to be where I feel like I was meant to be at. And especially at such a young age, people are meant to play sports, be active. And I felt, included again. I, I did, unfortunately. So to get back in, I had to make a deal with my parents. I had to wear like this protective headgear that if
Okay.
you had the ball, it was kind of like a cushion thing. And it was new in the soccer realm. It's not attractive. We're just going to state that there. They could have probably made it more attractive, but it wasn't.
I mean,
And
have you ever seen an attractive helmet though?
no, absolutely not.
Right, like maybe I mean, the only time they look somewhat cool is on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, I strap mine in when I wear a bike, or when I wear a bike. Dear sweet Moses. Okay, when I ride a bike. I
we're
also
doing
wear
great.
them. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, like, but, and I'm never like, wow, I feel so cool in my helmet. I'm like, I know I'm protecting my brain. This is
Hmm.
something that's absolutely necessary, and I'm very lucky to ride a bike, but I don't like how I feel in this.
Yes,
So I
yes,
can't imagine as a teenager
yeah,
in front of all of
yeah,
your peers.
yes. It
Oh, God.
was kind of me on the field just with that headband. And I'm like, okay, anyone else want to join in on this with me?
Yeah. Anyone else want
Anybody?
to be safe?
Yeah, yeah. Everyone else take precaution. There
Yeah.
was a few girls shortly after that because it started becoming a thing of more concussions related, protective. So
Okay.
it
So you
was it
started
was
a
very
trend.
happy. I'll take it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But yes, a few of my girls started wearing it. It made me feel more comfortable because I
Sure.
stuck out like a sore thumb again, and
Totally.
um, so it's the inclusive that my teammates made sure I had and to be a part of the
That's
team.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's
amazing.
awesome. I mean, so where like it's so cool how you say like I had this like step by step, thing I took, especially at such a young age to have that foresight, and it makes me wonder like how much that would help other people with epilepsy who have some sort of goal in mind like that. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be athletic, you know,
Mhm.
but just some sort of thing of like, I want to do this again. Um, you know, and here's the all the pro and this is why I'm doing it, because sometimes
Mhm.
like it gets exhausting, as you know,
So
pers-
exhausting.
pursuing like all of these options and being like, okay, I gotta do this and try this, and you know, and sometimes I feel like I lose sight of why sometimes, but this feels like it's like, okay, like what is, and I mean, here we are like starting a new year, you know, like it's a great time to be like, what is my thing that I want to attain. But
Absolutely.
the thing is like you attained professional athletics. So I'm
Wasn't
just like,
easy.
yeah. So what is that like? Because like I mean, I love running. I love playing basketball. I am no longer good at either.
You're probably
Um,
amazing.
but oh, you're so sweet. But I love them. You know, I love
Yeah.
doing things. I've always loved athletics, but like I can't, and I didn't get epilepsy until I was 32. So I'm like, what did I can't imagine being athletic,
Hmm.
like, or being in athletics with epilepsy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel like were the extra protocols, or were there any like overlying fears that you had, or like, did it seem, or did it just like, you're like, no, I learned at, you know, 13, this is what I got to do. And like, you just fucking did it like this, like baller badass that you are.
I'm gonna throw a hard no at that, that it was not that easy, that it was not easy. Did you just snort? I love that.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
that's
Okay.
incredible.
It
But
was so fucking funny. They're like, that's a hard no. We're going to clap again.
yeah,
No.
uh, it was such a challenge. I mean, all the way up until the end, from the start to my last day on the field, I will say, because epilepsy never leaves you. It's with you every single day, every practice, every sprint, every game, every traveling, and traveling was a huge stressor. Um,
Yeah.
because we would travel for soccer all around the world, and one time me and my team went to Barcelona, which was incredible, but
It's like
the
my favorite city in the world.
right,
But
so
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it is so tough to travel while having epilepsy because there's all these factors. First one is time change. It's nighttime when it's our morning or opposite. And
Kind of like
I
you
am
and I right now, since you're in Hawaii and I'm in Chicago.
just a little
It's
opposite.
like, you're like on coffee time. I'm on like, I need to take a nap time.
This epileptic doesn't too caffeine. I'll be bouncing all over. You never know. I'll be seasoned,
Okay.
bouncing, whichever one. But it was so tough because I take daily medicine to help me.
Mhm.
Thank goodness it has helped me become 3 years seizure free on a good streak.
That is
And
so. Can
yeah,
we just
yeah,
like pause for a
yeah,
second? Because that's so fucking awesome.
it's me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
That's
thank God
so
always with
wonderful.
me, and just yeah, He has been my protector this entire
Oh,
time.
wow. That's so
Yeah,
beautiful. Congratulations. I'm
thank
so
you.
stoked for you. Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you. But yeah, so when we got there, our coaches wanted us to get adjusted to the time zone. So when I think the first a day or two, we had to stay up when it was our nighttime, their morning time, evening time,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was so difficult. And one way that they wanted to keep us awake, in my eyes, was take us to like some pro soccer game. And so, they're sirens, there's a loud cheering of the crowd, all the horns. And
A
so
lot
they're
of
like, this
sensory
will keep,
overload.
there's,
Yeah.
yes,
Ugh.
exactly. And, I threw the epilepsy card. I'm like, you guys all stay up. I'm going to nap. And I slept across my teammates' laps because I was like, I can't do this. So yeah, I
Oh,
just took a little nap mid professional soccer game, and
that is the sweetest story.
you got to do
Like, you're
what you
like, I
got to
just slept
do.
in their lap. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, cool, girl. We got you. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
They're
that's so
like, you get
sweet.
to sleep and we have to stay up. So, and oh, tip for anyone when traveling, just whenever, wherever, carry on your medicine. Don't check it. That is like the
Yes.
biggest thing I learned. And if like your suitcase gets lost, anything. Sorry, quick tip for
No,
me.
no, I appreciate that's huge because traveling is hard
Hmm.
regardless, right? With
Yeah.
epilepsy, like it's hard on
Hmm.
a normal brain, and then it's harder on our brains, and then like, but most of us don't travel and then go play like a professional sport,
Hmm.
go travel for vacation or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's a great trip. Did you ever make that mistake where you accidentally checked it and then you didn't have it?
One time, yes, yeah. So that
Oh
was kind of put me in
no.
the little scare zone, but thankfully learned and got better at traveling with it because, your exhaustion from traveling all night, you're stuck in a plane, even, and the fear travels with you wherever you go. I was even on a flight. I'm like, am I going to have a seizure? Will anyone know what to do at 40,000 feet in the air?
Totally.
So it's where yes, I've accepted epilepsy early on, but it still will have a little slight power over me at times, even till this day, after 17 years. It's difficult still.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's really important because like I think sometimes when we say like, "Oh, I've accepted this," that means that like, "Oh, everything's like totally cool and kosher and vegan
Mhm.
and fine and we're great." No, like just because we've accepted doesn't take away the difficulty of it.
Exactly.
So you're traveling for
Hmm.
soccer. So well, yeah, was it like all through college and your professional career that
It
you're traveling like
Correct. So I went to
wow.
college at the University of Hawaii, and we traveled to Spain and a few other places. So we were on the road for weeks at a time. And then also I played professionally for the Guam women's national team, and
That's so
we
fucking
traveled.
awesome.
Yeah, it was a good
Does it
time.
feel good to say it? I just have
Yeah,
to ask.
yeah.
Like, I'm
It's
just trying to
a
live vicariously through you right now.
it's fun to say.
Tell
It
me.
was fun to say. It was a fun
Yeah.
chapter. Yeah. I wish it was still going, but I don't have the greatest knee. I kind of got an old lady knee after a few surgeries, and so I've torn my ACL a few times, had some
Oh my
epilepsy
gosh.
off the field even longer, so it's
Oh my
double
God.
whammy. So,
Yeah,
but
totally.
I had to go through a lot of adversity to get back on the field, and I was very blessed that I was able to play in college and on this professional team. I've met incredible coaches and teammates who I got to educate also in what to do, and it's it's such a blessing that I'm able to do that because it's a life-saving skill that can change someone's story, and
Sure.
and
Wow.
yeah, so I've it's
Was it
been.
hard to like approach, I don't know, a new coach or new teammates? Or like, how did you go about that? Like, did you have a strategy or you're like, I'm just going to tell as it comes up or?
Mhm. Um, I think I changed it over the years. Again,
That
my
makes
parents,
sense. Yeah.
they straight off the bat, they made me like sit everyone down of my teammates, present clear steps, and I'm like, okay, all right, this is just one way to get over with. I'm like, we're changing this. After I leave college out of the house, I'm doing this
So wait,
differently.
wait, you mean after the firefighter
Oh
incident?
yeah, that
Like,
was like friend group from middle school, and then my soccer teammates and coaches. That was a whole
so he
nother
would,
sit down to. Oh, no firefighter for the second one. I had to do that.
wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, but then you'd have everyone over at your house to talk about it.
yeah,
That is amazing.
yeah.
I
Or
mean, like,
sometimes on the
how
field,
about this?
but
I've never heard that before. And I think it's just like you said, it evolved.
it evolves. Yes,
um,
we've gotten
but
more
like,
not casual about it, but easier to educate someone.
mm-hmm. Yeah, how did that feel? Like, having your teammates and coach like in your house talking about it. Was that also because that was what in high school?
Yeah, in high school, I would bring over some teammates, and
Yeah.
I mean, just everyone's so open to listening and worried because their
Yeah.
teammate has something that could happen during that time. And we would do it on the soccer field too, maybe like after practice or something. I brought everyone together, and it was just so nice to see how responsive they were, took in like the information, and it makes me feel more safe. I'm doing my part to make sure I'm in the right hands with anybody. So that's where I have become such more of an advocate to share um, than I was previously. Like I had to, my parents made me to, but now I'm just over the years I've gotten more proud to share my epilepsy with the world so I can help educate other people so they can help other
Yeah.
people. Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
chain effect, domino effect. I have
Train.
epilepsy.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a domino train. That's
We're
what
gonna
it
go with
is.
that. Jesus.
Yeah. I kind of like that. It's a domino because that does make sense. Kind maybe I don't know.
No, it doesn't. You snort, I make up things. It's the thing. It's where we're at.
um. So okay, did you ever experience any type of bullying or any type of unsupportive? Because I love hearing this story. I
Mhm.
love that you felt safer. You talked to your teammates, but like I've also heard so many people say like they've had completely different
Mhm.
reactions, whether it be from family, friends, coaches,
Mhm.
whatever. Did you ever experience anything like that, or were you just like, no, I had like the Mayberry experience where everyone was cool?
No, I believe I have experienced some, I want to say discrimination, but I've been left out.
Yeah.
I've been, told like I can't join in because of this, or I shouldn't do something because of this. So it has happened to me, and I feel like that's probably everyone gets a little taste of that within their time with epilepsy. But it hurts,
Yeah.
it sucks to feel like someone doesn't believe in you to be able to do something when, if we just believe in ourselves and we can do whatever we want to do and be like everybody else. And that is, I think, the most inspiring thing because, like you said, so many people go through the bullying or isolation. And
Mhm.
it's if they just had that outlet of someone to accept them, then it would change their whole story. So
Totally.
being in that on that side of a little left out or I don't not talked down to, but you can't
Oh
do
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, then it hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, total. I mean, like, I think that's the thing is like when you stop receiving invitations to
Hmm.
things, you know, that that is like, because then it's, and I think sometimes it comes from a place of goodwill, being like, oh, well, I don't think they can do this, so I
Hmm.
don't want to
Hmm.
invite them and make them feel bad. And it's like, but then you're taking away our agency. You can't make that decision for us. Like I keep telling people like, um please, like I can't make this, but please keep inviting me.
Yeah.
Like even though I will say no most of the time because I just don't have the bandwidth, doesn't mean I don't want to, and please keep
FOMO.
inviting me. Yeah. Tell me about, oh my god. Yes, 100, did not know what that was until epilepsy because I could do everything under the sun and not have any
Yeah.
consequences. um
I know. I mean, at 32, like you gotta have a good chunk of your life without it and experience so much. And I don't know if you
yeah,
drink, but like that
I used
was,
to, yeah.
yeah. And it takes such a factor. Like
Oh, I
I didn't
used
really
to. God,
drink.
the stories my friends could tell you about pre-epilepsy me. I
Should we share
mean,
some now?
oh, I don't know.
We don't have time for it. We'll do
Yeah,
another
we'll
one.
call. Well, I'll have a girlfriend. I'll have a few girlfriends come on and tell my embarrassing
Perfect.
drinking stories
Perfect.
because they. I'm like, I think, and that's the thing. I'm like, I think I got enough partying in for like a
Yeah.
lifetime in my 20s and early
Hmm.
30s that I think I'm okay. Like I think
Totally
I
worth
just like
it.
got it covered, done. Like yeah.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Um so and then I lost my train of thought. I forgot what we were
Mhm.
talking about. Um
Mhm.
drinking, partying. Oh, getting left out of things.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that like the more you over communicate, like the better. If it's people you don't like or who are mean to you, not inviting you to things, fuck
Mhm.
them. Right? But if it's your friends, that's like, and it's like I get you're trying, like they're like, "Oh, well this thing had a lot of flashing lights." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's not my type of epilepsy. I can go to the
Mhm.
ADA seating, I can figure it out," kind of
Mhm.
thing. So yeah. I even had to like recently not go to a Christmas cookie party because I have a peanut allergy.
Oh,
And I'm like, I'm not gonna ask everyone to not make delicious peanut butter cookies,
yeah. Yeah.
but I
I'm
can't go.
so sorry you
And
have that. Peanut butter
oh,
is like the
thanks. I
greatest thing
mean,
ever.
that's what I've heard, but
Sorry,
luckily it
not
smells like
helpful.
no, no, it smells like poison to me. It's not like I smell it and I'm like, oh, I want it. I'm like, holy shit, that I'm gonna die. So or my body goes into like sensory like that. But I
Jeez.
told this a friend, because it's this friend who like always has these amazing things. And like last time I couldn't go because I had a seizure. Time before that I had COVID. This time it's my peanut allergy. I'm like, please, please keep inviting me. Like,
Yeah.
especially with the friends you don't know as well, who might just think you're being like a dick and like, I
Yeah.
don't want to hang out with you. And it's like, no, 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 I do. I really
I
want to
do.
do this.
Hmm.
But health is, getting in the way again.
Exactly.
So,
I think after I advocated and told my friends like, okay, I can tag along. We'll just all be careful. Uh, some of them would the flashing lights is not my trigger, but it does unfortunately like it doesn't make me feel great. And
same. I
I
describe it as like nails on a chalkboard. It's
yeah,
not going
it
to hurt
hurts.
me,
Or
but
like yeah, it doesn't trigger
it's
me.
not right. It's not going to physically cause like anyone hates nails on a chalkboard,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just
And yeah,
uncomfortable with it.
it's so uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
it's not going to like cause anything.
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten to where my friends have protected me from it because they know it doesn't bother me. Like sometimes for a movie, they'll like shield my eyes. One time I was at a concert with my girls and some flashing lights or strobe lights came on and they were thinking fast. They were, don't know, they were in the zone of like dancing and like bobbing their heads. And one of my girls just shoved me under her shirt to avoid the lights. And I was like, that's one
Yes.
way to do it.
That is
So
friendship right
yeah,
there.
right
Oh my
there.
god. That's so
Yeah,
it's so funny and so
yeah.
sweet.
I was like, okay, thank you. And she's like, I got you,
Oh.
girl.
You're like, it's a great view in here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
Uh,
Um, so okay. So was there any like did you ever have a seizure like on the pitch?
mm.
Sorry, I've been watching Ted Lasso. They call it the
Ah,
pitch. I don't know if we
so
do in
I love
I
it.
got
I
it.
love Ted Lasso. It's
Rewatching for like the
such a good
14th
one.
time.
I
Yeah.
can't wait
Sir,
for season 2 to come out.
you
Um,
mean 4, right?
or yes, sorry, my brain. See,
I was like, no, no, it's fine. I was like, do
epilepsy.
they not get all the seasons in Hawaii? That was literally my ignorant thought. Like,
You poor people over there on that
like
rock.
what the fuck? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have even told you that. Yeah, I know. I'm like, maybe it
That is so
doesn't like.
funny.
What the fuck?
Uh,
Yeah, because that's gonna be women's soccer.
yes, so it's
Oh
gonna be good.
God,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
super
excited.
excited.
Shoot, I should have had you on for the kickoff of that, but I can have you'll pop.
We'll come
Maybe I
back.
can have you pop in
Yeah,
again.
why not?
Okay. So anyway, did you ever like? Because I think that's a big question for people. Is like, okay, did you have a seizure, like at practice during a game, and what happened, and how did that go?
I thankfully have never had one on the field. Very, very grateful for that. Especially out of all my years playing. But I had, my dad says he wanted to diagnose me first. He calls it as in when I was younger, he saw me on the field, and kind of like creaking my neck back, like kind of like tilting it back every so now and again. And he noticed that. Like, that's kind of weird. So I did have some petit mal seizures. Um, at a young age where it escalated that we didn't know. We didn't know what it was. And then after we were diagnosed, my dad brought that up and they're like, yeah, those were some petite mal seizures on the field. But since then, I never had one. I did have some in front of my teammates. I think in college, we were in double days, and after hours and hours of training, the body's exhausted, and we were ending the night with a team meeting in our lounge, and I had a seizure. And so that was pretty scary. Everyone right there got to experience it, but they all did the right steps, and so it's embarrassing for anyone that has a seizure, no matter who's around you, family, friends, strangers. It's embarrassing. So, but thankfully, they gave me the time to recover, and then I was able to jump back into practice. And it's definitely tough because I don't think I've ever told this to any coach or teammate now that I think about it. But even though I didn't have a seizure on the field, I would get some side effects if either I didn't get a good night's rest or if I had uh, anything arising where I didn't feel good, headache. It gives me a little bit of triggers where it just throws off my body either visually or motor in my like tingling. So that's when I know like something's heightened and I need to like chill. But sometimes on the field, I would see like 3 to 4 soccer balls, and I would hope for the best and
Wow.
kick one of them.
That's
I've
so
never,
fucking
I
amazing.
didn't want to be
Oh,
taken off the field, so I didn't tell anyone that.
wow.
But yeah,
That yeah, and I guess that was what I was going to ask you is you didn't tell anyone so that you could keep playing.
yeah. In the right
Yeah.
scenarios of where I'm like, I could push through this, I could get through practice. But
Mhm.
then when it came to the time of like, I I don't feel like something's right, then I
Yeah.
had to tell my coach, and they understood.
Okay. That's great to know too
Yeah.
that like you did at sometimes like tap out and be like, "Listen, this is not." Yeah.
hmm
So it wasn't just because like it sounds like you had really good self-awareness of like when it was time to take a break and when like you could just play through seeing triple soccer balls right in front of you, like you're like,
Yeah.
I got this, which
Yes.
I understand that too. Like I have, I don't know if there are side effects or seizures where like in a conversation they'll happen so fast
Yeah.
and I can keep moving.
hmm
I know, sometimes, and when I can't, like when it's been like an awkward amount of time and I'm like, wait, what, where, what, then I kind of have to address it. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes when it's not affecting you that much, and it could be a med side effect, it could be a seizure. But I'm like, if
Yeah.
it's not, my neurologist knows about it, we're fine.
hmm
Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah.
But
Keep
then there's
pushing
the
on.
days where, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
then
there's
I will
times
take
where
naps some days.
oh my God, I love a good nap.
Ugh,
I love a good nap.
right.
College days,
I
I
know.
just napped all the time. I was so exhausted. So
You
I need
had to
more.
be.
I had
That's
to.
the thing. Okay, so like I remember being in college being like, I could never imagine playing a sport and doing school at the same time. And I didn't have epilepsy. So I don't know how you did that.
It was honestly like a job. A student athlete
Yeah.
life is, you're working, playing for the school, playing for your teammates, and you're there to win to get to like the next tournament and all the things that come up with it. Lifting, 6 a.m. practices, have to be in the training room, study hall. So it's very taxing. So that's why even though it's a challenge, I encourage everyone to move to the next level because it's so fun and challenging, and it it just gives you an opportunity to be better in so many ways.
Oh, that's so cool and so inspiring. You're so amazing. And not only do you have this incredible athletic history, but now you have started the amazing 1 in 26 athlete foundation, which
hmm
I want you to tell us all about and also like what the catalyst was to
hmm
starting it. Cuz it's 3 years old now or no?
About
Did
yeah,
I
right around 3 years old. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
cool.
a little
Yeah.
slower start getting it going, and just kind of this past 10 months, year, it really started picking up momentum, which has been so much fun. But to start from the beginning, I had, it was my most recent seizure 3 years ago. I had a grand mal seizure, and I just got home from work, and I walked in the door and I was in the kitchen. And like I said, I don't have a great knee. I collapsed in half. My like knees went down, my back went back. I folded in half, and I don't bend that way. Spencer J does not bend in that
Oh.
direction.
Oh,
So
Spencer, I'm so sorry.
I sprained both my ACLs. I was like bruised up. I hurt my neck, and it was terrifying. Thankfully, I was like moved out of the position and into the correct position quickly.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and it was just so painful, such a hard recovery.
Yeah, how
And
long was that
that
recovery?
one was a few weeks. That one was a few weeks recovery. That was my longest time. And I was so upset that I hit the restart button again. I was like, I before that I was on a 3 year streak again. Then the seizure occurred, and I was like, okay, what the heck? I literally just got so far, and now setting the clock back to reset. And after I was recovering, I've always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to start some sort of organization, nonprofit, because I was a ambassador actually for Athletes First Epilepsy, which was a kind of a branch off the National Epilepsy Foundation, where they found ambassadors across the country who played sports and wanted to be an advocate. So that's kind of how I got my foot in the door and experienced what it's like. And then COVID, it kind of shut down, but After that, then I created a small Instagram page with my friend who I went to high school with, has epilepsy. We just shared facts during COVID, shared people's stories, and then it started building up where I created a podcast with my friend, where we're just talking about the life of an epileptic. And
It's a really
then,
great podcast.
yeah, thank
It's called
you.
Something Waves. Remind
Comes
me
in
again.
waves, comes in
Comes in Waves.
waves,
Sorry.
like our
Okay.
brain, like our brain.
Yeah, right. And I just love it because it's just you two like shooting the shit, and
Yeah,
it's great. So I
100%.
definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, thank you. And but after that seizure, it just lit a fire under me, and I'm like, okay, I really want to do this. Because it was where I was like putting my foot down. I had so much support of starting it, and even though it was like a little slow to start,
Mhm.
it was my purpose that I realized that I had. I was given epilepsy for this reason. I wanted to create a platform for people like me, athletes with epilepsy, active people with epilepsy, to have an inclusive space where they can come in and play and compete and not feel left out, not being told no, they can't. Where at 1 in 26, we will do clinics, camps, community events, anything, but we also encourage where there's modifications, well, we'll find you alternatives and just everything that you need to be a part of it. Because I wish there was something that was like this when I was first diagnosed. And
Sure.
because there was nothing like this. And I don't believe that there's really any other epilepsy nonprofit like this that encourage this type of combination of sports and epilepsy, because sports is very good for people with epilepsy. I don't feel like everyone knows that of how good it is, and it's
Yeah.
so
I mean,
yeah.
there's been definite benefits shown from
Yep.
exercise. Exercise, I mean,
Hmm.
it's like no shit, exercise is good for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there have been research studies, for
Hmm.
that have shown that there is a correlation between like less seizures and exercising.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
then there's also the flip side that I've had two guests on who have seizures when they exercise,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they love exercising, and they're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
so, it is like, I don't want to just put a blanket on all of it, but it is something that is definitely like, it's kind of like we have to do all the things that everyone's supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to have like regular bedtimes, go to bed early, all these things,
Yeah.
like, exercise,
Hmm.
meditate, all the things that everyone's supposed to do. It's just that our consequences are more immediate. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't do this, you're going to have a seizure, and it
Absolutely.
might give
And
you heart disease in like 30 years, but
yeah, later
right
on we'll
now,
worry about that.
yeah, exactly.
Spencer in the
Yeah.
future will have to deal with that. But that's totally true. For some people, it could heighten it. For some people, it could help it, which is, we want to be able to give both. If it heightens some other people's, we want to give the opportunity to, we still have community events where we, like recently out here in Hawaii, we had a beach cleanup and we did some yoga and we did seizure first aid training. So it's where it's not
That's so cool.
always like super intense, high speed type of sport workouts. That's where we're allowing all the epileptics to come together and be a part of something so fun.
But what a beautiful community thing, not
Yes.
only because I love the integration of all three of those aspects. You're
Hmm.
doing something to literally help your community with a beach cleanup.
Hmm.
Then, exercise with through yoga, and then seizure first aid training. It's like you just hit three giant
Hmm.
check
Yeah.
marks for people. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can feel the serotonin from the event even though I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, sounds amazing.
I just feel movement is medicine, not just for me, but for so many
Oh,
people. It just gives
yeah.
you life, it gets you moving, and I think it's such a healer in so many ways. And
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to incorporate it into this foundation. It's movement is medicine. It's
Yeah.
bringing awareness to everyone. We're starting the conversation. We have moved up incredibly with educating people in seizure first aid. We have partnered with some professional athletes, with collaborating with professional sports teams. So it's where we're not trying to just keep it on an island. We're trying to stretch it to educating everybody everywhere.
That's so awesome.
Hmm.
I mean, what you guys are doing is so cool. And your co-founder, right? Is that the right
Yeah.
title?
Yep.
Justice was on um like just a year ago. Like
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
oh wow, it's
I
a
was about to say,
parallel.
hmm,
This is
full
so weird.
circle.
I did not plan that.
But
But yeah, and what you guys are creating is just like it's so cool. Where can people check it out?
you can find us on Instagram at 1 in 26 athlete or check out our website. It's 1in26athlete.org. It has um, a lot of upcoming information, events that we'll be having in the future. And yes, Justice has, that's so funny. It's been like, yeah, full circle. But
Yeah.
for anyone that needs to know, he also has epilepsy. So we have partnered with creating such an important space for so many athletes out there. And it is growing in such a beautiful way. And I'm so blessed to give this opportunity not just to myself, but for so many others.
Yeah. Well, it's like what you said, like it's like something you wish you had had. You're
Hmm.
creating the thing that is now helping the younger version of you,
Yeah.
which is so dope. Like it's just, and I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we wanted
Um,
to bring like swag to epilepsy. We want to make it cool and fun when it's like there's just education about not just education, but we wanted to bring a more fun life to it.
I love it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think, and because it's like, and like, because you have said, like in this episode, you're like, I am proud to share my epilepsy now,
Hmm.
and so, and even though we've both acknowledged it already that it sucks, like we're not trying to sugarcoat
Not
anything.
sugarcoating it.
Yeah, but like saying like, but yeah, this is something I'm proud of, and this is something that like, and you're showing that we can do,
Yeah.
which I think is so huge, not only for people living with epilepsy, but people who don't understand it as well. So
Hmm.
like you're just like kind of breaking down walls of stigma like left and right, and I appreciate it
Left and
so
right.
much.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And probably like for you, it's just I've had the most supportive people in my life be there during a seizure. Um, and it's such a blessing to come this far, and we still have so much that is coming up. But very grateful for those who have been there during a seizure and still gotten me here today. But I'm very excited for a lot of upcoming things.
I'm so pumped, and I can't wait to attend one of your
Yeah.
events this
Hmm.
year. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be there. I can't wait. I want to go. Um, and I'm just like, yeah, just thank you for all your work.
Yeah.
Um, and before we wrap up, though, I'm going to ask you two questions that have nothing to do with what we've been talking about.
Okay. Ready.
Okay. First question is, what's your favorite color?
I would say like a sea foam green or like an olive green. I know that's two
Oh,
answers, but
no, you can have more than one.
okay. I'm
There's
very
no rules
indecisive.
here. Yeah. Oh my God, me too. My
I'm working on
therapist
it.
calls it same. My therapist calls it analysis paralysis, where like
I
I just like, isn't it great? I know.
love
And
that.
then my husband made up a dance to it. And he's like analysis paralysis, and I'm like, yes, that's what I'm in right now. Thank you for
I'm
acknowledging.
incredible.
Yeah. So yes, you can have more than one answer to anything I ever ask you. And then the second question is, what does it mean to you to be a friend?
To be a friend is to show up. I think it doesn't have to be fully in person. And I believe that for the people who I can count on that believe in me are true friends and who will support me through my epilepsy, throughout it. And, I want to reciprocate the same where I can be there for anyone. And just know that they're there for me and be a very important part of my life throughout this journey.
I love that, especially the part where you said it doesn't have to be in person.
Yeah.
You know, um, just I don't know. Epilepsy can make us homebound
Yeah.
very often.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
well, Spenser, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is so incredible, and I can't wait for everyone to hear this conversation
Yeah.
and feel your empowerment and your inspiration, because you are definitely like this amazing, beautiful force that I am so proud to like share a chronic illness with. So
Yes, messed up brains together.
yes, absolutely.